Hi Aries, a warm welcome to you for your September 2017 forecast. The month of September is significant because we have the solstice, the vernal equinox or the autumnal equinox, depending which hemisphere of the world you live in. So it's a time when the mutable energies come to the fore. The mutable energies are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius. And these mutable energies are all about change. We're changing season. So it's an opportunity for you to look at what you want to change, because it's easier to make changes when we have a proliferation of planets in mutable signs. And that's what we're moving towards during the month of September. So, with that little introduction aside, let's look at what it means for you, Aries. For the first 5 days of the month, we've got Mercury still retrograde. So while Mercury is retrograde, the usual things apply. If at all possible, try to delay signing an important contract until after the 5th. Delay getting into important negotiations until after the 5th. And also just make sure you give yourself a little bit extra travelling time while Mercury is still retrograde, just in case there are some minor inconveniences. So, on the 6th, there's a lot of things happening. On the 6th is when Mercury goes direct, here in your 5th house. But we've also got a full moon happening on the 6th here in your 12th house, and on the 6th as well, Mars going into your 6th house. So what does all this mean? Well, what's happening is we're getting this balance of energy in the 6th and 12th houses, which is going to be very prominent for you this month, Aries. So let's look at this full moon in your 12th house. The full moon in the 12th house is asking you to look inside. Not to look too much at your external world, but to say, okay, maybe there are things I'm not happy with in my external world, but what do I need to do internally first before my external world can begin to transform? So it's shining a light maybe on you saying, hey, you know, I've been too busy, I need time for me. I need time out, I need a little vacation. I need a weekend off at the very least. So this full moon is shining a light on this inner you and deeply encouraging you to explore that. Maybe you'll just meditate some more, maybe you'll focus on your dream world, do some journaling, but just a bit of this month is going to be important that you withdraw from the world in order to really bring yourself into balance. And at the same time, we've got Sun Mars in the 6th house, which is going to mean that you're going to be busy. There's going to be a lot going on. If you're working, chances are you're going to be working extra hard. You're going to be just moving around a lot. This is wonderful for anything connected with your physical health, physical well-being, for your energy to begin to move forwards. On the 10th, Mercury finally makes it into your 6th house. This would be very good for any kind of communications in work, but also very good for communicating with your body, for really beginning to listen to the messages that your body is giving you, because of course your body's speaking to you all the time, but we're not necessarily listening to our body. Maybe you're sitting down too much. Maybe you need to get up every 10 minutes or so. I've trained myself to do that now because I realise that my body doesn't want to be just sitting still for long periods, glued to a computer or a little screen. It wants to move, wants to stretch. So what do you need to move? Mars is about movement, physical movement. So we have like a little lull between the 10th and the 20th. So you get sort of 10 days here where you get to make adjustments. Maybe it's time for a detox. Maybe it's time to change your wardrobe. Maybe to put away the summer things and start to get out the things for the fall, depending where you live, of course. But again, this is just very much about learning to flow with the energies that you're being presented with, rather than resisting them. Then on the 20th of the month, we've got a lovely new moon in this 6th house. New beginnings. And also on the 20th, where's Venus gone? Well, I never. There's Venus. You see, this Mercury retrograde talk, I lose it a little. There we go. And you saw me lost there. And that's a good thing. I'm glad that happened on this video, actually, because that's how you might feel a little bit. You know, when things start to change and the leaves are sort of moving around and you sort of don't know where things are going to land, things may be swirling around you. You may have that sensation of being a little off balance. Welcome it. Say it's good for me to be off balance, because if I'm off balance, I'm not in my usual control mode and something different can come in. Maybe it's a new partner you're looking for, a new relationships, to expand your relationships. Jupiter's helping you greatly in this 7th house and has been for several months. So what do you want to learn? What new things do you want to learn about the physical body? About balancing the physical with the emotional? How do you want to contribute? The 6th house is very much about giving and helping others and getting that great sense of satisfaction that you get when you know that you get a feeling that you've really helped somebody else. It's a wonderful feeling. This conglomeration of activity in that 6th house is asking you to look for ways, little ways every day, that you can just maybe do something for somebody else. It might only be a thought of goodwill to somebody, maybe somebody you don't know, just somebody you see in the street, and you just send them good wishes. These are just some ideas of ways in which you can make the best use of these aspects. If you want to learn more about astrology, why don't you get my 5-video set? I've done a whole video set about the main structures of astrology. So go to my website, Your Astrology Signs, and you'll find it on there if you wish to go in a little more depth and understand your chart. Thanks so much for listening, sharing, commenting. I read every single one. Have a great September. Bye for now.